everybody. This is Valerie, and I'm really excited because Mother's Day is coming, and I just wanted to reach out and talk to a couple of experts, myself and my son. We are definitely experts on Mother's Day. I met this young man, how old are you?
24.
24 years ago, we met for the very first time, and I have been in love with him ever since. Welcome everybody, Joshua Smith.
What's up?
So I asked Joshua to sit down and talk to me today about Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up, and he's already got me some beautiful flowers. They're pretty, they're so pretty. It's my favorite flower, the peony. And Joshua knows this is my favorite flower because every time I say I want flowers, this is the one. And he knows that. Which is one of the benefits of having an amazing son. Someone who just absolutely loves you no matter what, even when, you kind of get on their nerves a little bit. Like he gets on mine and I get on his nerves. But anyway, that's not what today's show is about.
No, today we're going to discuss our relationship, the importance of our relationship and what that relationship means to us, and hopefully you can gain something from our conversation today.
Absolutely. So I was just wondering, what do you think, what does Mother's Day mean to you?
Mother's Day is a special day. It's a day when we celebrate the woman that brought us into this world, that's caring for us unconditionally our entire lives. And we just use that day to pay homage to what that person has done and continues to do.
So what does that have to do with me?
You're the mom. You're my mom.
And,
You got kids.
okay.
So that qualifies you to celebrate on that day.
So you're all about celebrating mothers on Mother's Day.
Yeah, I think it's important that we commemorate, our moms on that special day, not just on Mother's Day, but whenever we get a chance to, showing that appreciation is truly important because, your mom should feel valued because ideally, she goes above and beyond for you.
Well, as a mom, for me, every day is Mother's Day because, like just being a mom is probably the most, I would say probably, I don't know why I say probably, but being a mom is the absolute most important job that I have. And being a mother is such a huge blessing, and just to be able to contribute to the world in some sort of way by bringing children into the world, it's just a blessing, and I'm so happy that God chose me to be a mom.
Yeah, I'm glad, God chose you to be my mom as well, and chose me to be your son. I couldn't ask for a better mother, through thick and thin. You remained in my corner and in my side. That's something I can depend on.
So everything isn't always rosy.
Right.
So what's something that really annoys you about me?
Well, for instance,
Don't say putting this video together for this
you read my mind. That's our beautiful connection right there. We're in tune. We're in tune. Getting set for this show, and it was a process.
And why is that? Because of what did I do? What did I do? That was annoying.
I would say that you might have overthought how we went about, getting everything together. We could have easily did this at the house on the couch, but that's cool.
We are outside right now in beautiful Kennesaw, in front of the brand new.
Don't tell them where we live now.
Brand spanking new Kennesaw Marketplace, it's really super convenient, and we love hanging out here. We're getting ready to have lunch. In fact, I thought we'd just stop right now and talk to you guys about Mother's Day and what it means to us. So other than my perfectionism and attention to detail, as I like to call it, being annoying, is there anything else you find annoying about me?
Ooh, I'm glad you said that. Actually, I actually have a list.
Like a whole list.
Okay. I think you gotta look at it. People are people. We all have our good and our bad, our favorable traits and the traits that get under each other's skin. But that's the beautiful part about loving someone unconditionally and being unconditionally loved by someone. You look past that and you focus on doing what you can do to make that person happy. And that was the situation today, like many days.
Okay. because he has so many of my traits, and like sometimes it's like, well, dang, like why is he doing things a certain way and doing things that way? And I see so much. I see so much. I see so much of myself in Joshua. He is very high strung. He has a lot of energy. He's very passionate about getting things done. And when he sets his mind to get something done, he is like tunnel vision. And you can't like stray him or pull him off the path and give him
except when we do videos like this. This is definitely off the path of what I had planned for the day. But man,
thank you for taking time out to talk to the people about what it means to be a son who appreciates his mother. But Josh and I get along really great. We constantly make each other laugh, and we live a great life. God has blessed us in so many ways, but it has not always been easy.
Right.
We've had to deal with a lot of hardship and struggle in our life. And I just wanted to really bring him here to talk about a little bit about our struggle too, because I know if you're a new mom, or even if you've been like a mom for a really long time, you may have something going on with your child. Like I don't know if they might be ill, or maybe they stay in trouble a lot, or maybe they've had other issues going on in their life, and it's caused like a rift between you guys. Josh and I have dealt with and experienced all of that.
Indeed.
And in the end, our love for each other and our respect for each other absolutely prevailed. So whatever you're going through, we just want you to know that you can do it. You can get through it.
Right.
No matter what is going on in your life, as long as you keep God first.
Right.
And remember how much you love your children, and ultimately your children love you. That's what you have to stay focused on. So do you want to talk a little bit about some of our struggles?
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think that the struggles that we do encounter and have encountered are definitely a byproduct of us being one and the same in a lot of the ways. You know, not really much gets under my skin except
for me.
And that's because, I mean, we so much alike, you know. Does that answer your question?
No, I mean, just go ahead, be real. Like, talk about some of our struggles. Like,
yeah, I mean, well,
you're 24 years old.
Okay, so I got you.
Okay.
So, an early part of our struggle in my life was definitely my behavior as a kid. I was in and out of trouble, but I just wasn't.
The principal's office, the teacher's calling, and it's like, what is up? Your child will not sit down. Your child will not be still. Your child thinks he's grown. Your child has the answer for everything. Are you trying to say you got that for me?
I would say that's a very fair assessment. And I mean, the beautiful thing about, you know, us getting through that stage in our relationship is, you know, you didn't give up on me when a lot of other people probably would and probably did at that time. You know, you saw past that situation and you saw what I could be and what I would become and go on to do. And that just speaks to the, once again, unconditional love that a mother has for their child. You know, we fought through that. We fought through a range of situations in our lives with even losing my father and my oldest brother. The challenges of that, the financial pressures that we've encountered in life, you know, that coupled with just the daily struggles that you encounter, you know, it's only made us better and it's only made us stronger. And I'm thankful for those situations in retrospect.
Yeah, I want to just thank you too for being so patient with me. I think we both kind of had to grow up over there. We're still growing together, still learning so much about life every single day. And you know, Josh, you actually have come like so far in your life, and you gotta really think. If you really think about everything that we've been through, Josh was very young when we lost his older brother, my first child, and his dad. They both had different forms of cancer. And it's not something I talk about a lot. If you want to know the story, get the book. Who's That Girl?
Go buy that.
Go get it. Who's That Girl? In my memoir, I talk all about the challenges that we dealt with in losing them to cancer. And it's not easy taking care of someone who's terminally ill, and they were both sick at the same time. And Josh was very, very young, so I had to be away from him a lot during that time. And I think that really impacted a lot of his behavior issues and things that he would have, like in school, because he had to deal with so much that was going on at home, and then trying to, and I'm gonna pause for a second because we are sitting outside, and I want to make sure you guys hear this. This is super important. But Joshua went through a lot during that period of time because we had gone through so much with losing his dad and his brother. It was a hard time for me because I was still very young when all of this was happening in our lives. And so, Joshua, you want to talk a little bit about how you felt during that time?
Well,
I don't want to speak for him because he can definitely speak for himself.
That's without a doubt, the toughest struggle that I've been through in my life. Thank you, Mama. That's the toughest struggle I've been through in my life. Making an adjustment and seeing, your heroes be physically depleted by an illness, and you don't have an explanation of, why this is occurring to your role models at the time. But it made us stronger as a family unit. I think, in particular, a challenge that really spurred from that was, for me at least, was being in a two-parent household and being thrust into a household of just a single mother. In a lot of ways, I'm thankful because, I have the perspective of both lenses, and I can, look at things differently because of that. But that was a challenge in itself, adjusting to, having a parent be responsible for the bulk of all of the finances and all of the discipline, all of the other things that go into raising a kid. That's challenging for, everyone who encounters that. But once again, it only made us stronger.
But it's funny you talk about like the whole single mother thing, and we definitely want to talk to the single moms out there. I have been blessed to remarry for the past 4 years. I've been really, really happy with my new husband. But for that period of my life where I had to experience being a single mom, and like Josh said, being ultimately responsible for everything.
No support
At all.
And I'll say too, not to interject, but to interject, I mean, that really has given me a profound respect for you, because no one would have blamed you for cracking under pressure, quitting, and giving up. You would have been justified in that, but you stuck to it, and we're here today because of that.
Well, I'm definitely grateful, and I'm so grateful to God for getting us through that portion of our lives. And it was really, really hard, just adjusting to being completely responsible for Josh. And I'm saying this respectfully, ladies, I don't believe that we can raise our black men on our own. It takes a lot to raise a child, raise a son, and doing so on your own, you need help. Don't try to be superwoman and think you can give a man everything that he needs as a woman. We simply can't. We're not built that way. You feel like you were lacking anything, when you were growing up?
I definitely.
Because I always felt like you needed that male influence kind of person in your life.
Yet again, those turmoils and struggles only made me stronger. I would say that, my experience in being a child in that setting, you are forced to learn things on your own. No one's giving you lessons on, how to manage stress, the things that occur and happen to you through puberty, how to interact with people, how to be a leader, how to be a man. No one gives you that outline because, that no one's there to give it to you. So, for me, I had to, unfortunately make a lot of mistakes. I had to bump my head because I didn't have that, that male presence in my life during those formative years when I really could have used one. But me being here is a testament to my faith and my beautiful mother here. So I think that those situations only make us stronger if we allow them to.
And you know, being a mom, we try to give our kids everything. We try to make sure that wherever there's something lacking, like we want to be that person that's just there to make sure he has everything that he needs. And so you did have some mentors that kind of helped you along the way with some things, like
Yeah, I mean,
uncles and some of my friends who kind of stepped in
kind of.
and kind of helped out a little bit along the way.
I mean, yeah, but I guess so. But I mean, yes.
So you want to give me all the credit for you being so amazing?
I mean, we are working in progress, and I think you gotta pat yourself on the back. You know, enduring all of the things that you've encountered, and being able to represent yourself in the way that you do, and still have a thirst and a determination for success in the way that you do. I must say, while I have this platform, I'm extremely proud of my mother. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but she is actually a graduate student right now, and she's inspired me on my collegiate and academic journey, because here's someone who's been, you know, a professional with a really solidified and certified background in public relations and executive management. And, you know, she is not one to settle or be complacent. She's challenged herself to go out and pursue more with the hope and the aspiration of improving her situation. So that in itself is inspiring to me. I tell my mom all the time that I'm proud of her, because I genuinely am proud of her, because it's not easy being a student, and it, no offense, can't be easy being a student at your age. I mean, but my mom is young and beautiful though, don't get me wrong, but you know, all of that being said, you know, I have a great admiration for my mom. She's, you know, one of my heroes for sure.
I appreciate that, Josh, and I'm gonna give you your money for saying all that after this. No, just kidding. I did not pay Joshua to say all of that stuff, and it's really sweet that he feels that way. But I too am proud of him, because Joshua was finishing up his studies at Columbia College in Chicago. He had to go out and live in a whole different city all by himself, something he had never done when he started school. And he has since started his own artist management company. He is right now delving into a real estate investment career. And so he's really following his dreams and following his passions. And if I inspired that in any way, then I am really grateful.
Especially, you know,
to be able to say that. But like we said, it hasn't always been easy, but it definitely has been a wonderful ride with my son. Now, before we get ready to wrap things up, I just want to ask you, like, what do sons really want their mothers to know?
We want our mamas to know that we love you and we care you. We care for you, but we got this. At some point,
So
I feel like
you don't always need my advice. Is what you're
I mean,
saying?
I can value and appreciate your advice, but I continue to reiterate this in our relationship. At some point, you have to have faith in the qualities and the traits that you instilled and imputed in me. And you have to have faith that I've taken heed to those lessons, and that I'm continuing to apply them in the face of challenges.
So have faith and understand that even though we may not see what's going on, some great things are going on.
Faith, a tremendous work ethic, a tremendous passion. Those are definitely things that I learned from you and I apply in every situation in my life. And you gotta have faith in that. You know, we got this. That's something I would say, at least from my perspective. And I mean, I don't have too many complaints, because what I can say that I believe most sons can identify with, you know, in terms of selecting that woman in my life at a certain point when I choose to become a married man, is definitely modeled and measured after my mother. And, you know, that woman has a lot to measure up to. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to say that, you know. I love you, Mom.
I love you, Pat, and I appreciate you. So I'll try not to make it too hard for your future wife. I'm not promising, but I'll try.
Monster-in-Law.
Monster-in-Law.
That's a good movie.
Is there any questions you have for me? Are there any questions you have for me?
What has been one of the fun or more enjoyable parts about being my mom? Like, what's one of those aspects of me being your son that just like gives you energy and excites you?
You are challenging.
That's not the answer I was hoping for. I was hoping for creativity, I'm bright, something like that, but challenging.
You've always been challenging. When you were first born, I used to write letters to you. Just talking about what you were doing at that point, and now when I look back on some of the things that I wrote like 24 years ago, I would write, Joshua, today you had apple juice for the first time, and here's what happened when you drank the apple juice. But just watching you grow up and seeing you form into the man that you've become, in the beginning, it was really, really hard because you've always been very active, very rambunctious, like always into stuff, always like having to say, Joshua, stop, Josh, come here, what are you doing, and all of that. But you've been very challenging in a positive way because you definitely pull out the best in me. And whenever I do anything, it's ultimately because I want to be a great mom and I want to be a great example for you. And so I would just say that you challenge me and that you bring the absolute best out in me. And
Follow-up question.
I appreciate that. Yes.
Follow-up question. What is something that you hope for me?
Well, I hope that you find an amazing wife, someone who is just as amazing as me, who would love to make you happy. Ultimately, I think every mother wants their children to be happy, and when you have boys, you have a son or sons, you just want them to find that God-given mate, and you want them to really make a positive impact on the world. And I just see so many great things for you. I've always told you that you are a leader by design. Your name means leader, and I just really want you to be an effective and amazing force in the world, someone who's super happy and super joyous and just spreads that love all around the world.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. And, one thing that I can say on the final note, that was loud. But on the
That
final
was very
note,
loud.
But on the final note for me, I'm continuously inspired by you, and I appreciate you. And God couldn't have picked a better mother for me to have in this journey and experience. I love you, Mom.
I love you too. All right, that's it for now, folks. You want to go get something to eat? Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mama's Day.
Yes, God's got y'all. All right, love you.